Hi everyone, I am live and I went live this morning on TikTok and I went live this morning on Instagram, and my brain is frazzled and tired, but I decided to go live again tonight because I promised YouTube I would go live every day this week. So here I am. Howdy. So how's my community out there today? I got Sinead here. Tana, looks like you're new. I haven't seen your name here before. I'm great, thank you. Beth, I'm very tired though, actually. So tonight I'm going to sleep good, that's for sure. So I just got finished reading a little bit more on the Suzanne Morphew case. And because this morning I saw a vision of a bicycle parked next to an electrical, kind of like an electrical facility holder that holds all the electricals, like in a home development, or maybe outside a hotel. And then, I went right through where Suzanne Morphew went missing. Actually, it was kind of ironic. And I saw all kinds of signs. I saw two guys, one guy dressed in hunting clothing, shorts, and then another guy with him looking very concerned. And I was like, this is a sign. So it wasn't actually them, Barry Morphew, but it was a sign. And they were sitting right outside a truck in a hotel room. Or not in a hotel room, in a hotel parking lot, sorry. And then I went to the hotel on my trip, the last hotel that I went to and stayed at in Indiana. And I got in the hot tub and it was really heavy in chlorine, and I started to get sick from the chlorine. So here I get home and I find out that Barry Morphew was in a hotel in Denver, a Holiday Inn Express Hotel Suites, Holiday Inn Express Suites in Denver. And he left a bunch of insurance papers there, life insurance policy papers, and also whoever, the guy that was his coworker, went into the hotel and he was overcome by chlorine bleach fumes. So very interesting, and it burned his eyes and everything, and he thought that was odd. And then I noticed the Barry Morphew body language on a video when he said, "Suzanne, I miss you." Now, first of all, I'm going to answer your questions on here, but for all of you, think about this. If you were saying, "I love you" to your partner, don't you think that you would be saying it with your head not shaking like this? No. You don't say, "I love you" to your partner with your head going like this. No. Well, there was a video of Barry Morphew and his plea on the news coverage, and this is how he said it. He said, "Suzanne, we want to bring you home. I love you." And he was shaking his head from side to side. No, that is a body language error that even the conscious mind can't figure out it's doing. That, to me, right there tells me that Barry Morphew is guilty of doing something to his wife, Suzanne Morphew, by a simple thing as body language. So now they have to do is find evidence. So what was weird is I woke up this morning, saw a vision of a bicycle parked next to an electrical box. And I remembered that, Suzanne Morphew case, the bicycle was left somewhere and they found the bicycle, but it was on a trail. Well, I thought, okay, could there be an electrical box near there where Barry Morphew left Suzanne's bicycle? And maybe it has his fingerprints on it or something. I don't know, but I just was overcome by the vision this morning because it just out of the blue when I woke up in the morning. Then my spirits, when I was doing a TikTok video, said mile high. Well, here I thought it meant something else for a reading. Well, somebody told me that Denver, Colorado is called the Mile High City. So I'm like, oh my God, this is Denver. It's about Suzanne Morphew, possibly. So, randomly, this is what happens to me sometimes, especially when my brain is tired and vulnerable. I'll be reading for somebody else, and all of a sudden, something that I've been working on for a really long time will come in. And then I have to discern, and it's hard to discern sometimes, what my spirits are talking about. Like, could they be talking about another case? Could they be talking about somebody else's reading? Could another spirit be coming in talking to me? So that's how it works. So, I've been reading. Yeah, it's a telling sign. You're right, Servant of Mars. A telling sign. So anyway, all I know is that since May of this year, which the day she went missing was Mother's Day, which is in May, my spirits have been saying the word Barry, Barry, Barry. And I'm like, Barry? And here I thought they were talking about my aunt because her last name is Barry. And I thought they were saying that, she's in the nursing home. Maybe she's going to pass soon. I didn't know what it meant, or to go see her or something. My aunt has been in the nursing home since the COVID, and she hasn't even been able to see any of her family. And I had gone to see her stood at the window and seen her. But I realize now that I believe it's Suzanne Morphew talking to me in spirit, saying that Barry did it. So, and I put a Colorado rock on my altar because when we were by a river in Colorado, Sophie and I collected these rocks, and one was real pretty and had the imprint of a leaf on it, and the leaf stayed for real, on the rock. And I put it on my altar, hoping that maybe generating some energy on my altar, that this Suzanne Morphew, that some type of evidence will be found. So please, everyone who's watching, pray for Suzanne Morphew and her spirit to somehow manipulate the universe to give some kind of evidence or clue into her lost body. Because if this case goes on unsolved forever, then Barry will never be found guilty and there won't be justice for Suzanne. And she had cancer twice and she's a survivor of cancer. And my heart goes out to this woman. I think she was married to a guy that was, I'd say evil, because I found out that he agreed with some hunting buddies to trap some animals in cages, and that's how you kill animals when you're a hunter that traps animals. You're a trapper, it's called. That is the most inhumane way that people can hunt an animal, because they die a slow, suffering death. And I know it is a lot to take in, but this is a very famous, well-known case in Salida, Colorado. Is it Salina or Salida? I can remember. But it's Suzanne Morphew, spelled Morphew. And please read up on it, research it, Google it, whatever you have to do. Just know that I've been volunteering on this case for quite a while now. And like I said, she went missing on Mother's Day, but her husband seems so guilty, and I think I'm very sure I'm so clear that this husband of hers did it. Okay, so that's all I wanted to say about that. Yeah, my spirits speak clear. They do, but lately, I go through cycles where, and a lot of psychics don't want to admit this, probably a lot of mediums. I go through some needed downtime. Hi, Mary, why you bugging? I really thought that Mary, why you bugging was asking me why I was bugging. That is so funny. Oh my gosh, I love it. It's hilarious. So her name is Mary Mary. Why you bugging? And it just like she sounds like she's asking somebody a question. And I love that name now. It's so funny. Yeah, I know. And it's sad when an animal is killed. And the only thing, is that, you know, for somebody to kill an animal like that, they're inhumane. It's different if, I mean, I think all hunters to a certain degree, I think that there's an element of, could I say evil? Because they have to kill the animal. I personally could never kill an animal. So, but I understand when you're starving to death in the woods or something, like when we first got here on the planet, we had to kill animals to survive, right? We had to kill that bird and we had to say thank you to that bird for sacrificing its life for us, so that we could eat it and survive, right? So, I don't like to judge people, but anyway, sorry for being rude. I always ask a question, but I never say hi. Oh, that's okay. Hi, I just got excited, hoping you will tell me something good. Yes, I will, Deanna Perez. I will tell you something good. So, okay, so, I'm going to start with Deanna, and I'm going to see what the spirits say. So I'm going to say a prayer. This is how I do my readings at home, by the way. I have my crystal here. I have my crystal ball. The reason I like crystal balls so much is because there is so much healing energy in crystal balls. They really give me a solid charge where I feel power from a crystal. Now, you could argue that and say, oh, there's no power in a crystal, but there is. So, God, I dropped some food down my shirt. I can feel it down there. Good thing you guys can't see past this. Okay. So, okay, so the spirit's message is for you is when the shoe is on the other foot. Okay? When the shoe is on the other foot. Oh boy. I gotta get that later. I shouldn't have my phone next to me. Okay. My friend is calling me. So let's put it this way. My message for you is that if you're experiencing something with someone else and you're looking at them, have compassion for the other person that you're thinking negative about. Because if the shoe is on the other foot, how would you feel about it? Now, I don't know if this goes into a relationship or what, but this is the message that they're saying for you. Does this make sense to you? I feel like, they're talking about passion, and you're excited. You're excited about somebody, or, it's like a partner that you're excited about. And this is what I'm writing. And I'm listening to the spirits, and you are an adorable person. You already know that about yourself. You're adorable. So now don't sabotage yourself. Sometimes we all sabotage ourselves. Like we could be going through, really well in life, and then all of a sudden we do something, or like, why did I do that? So all they're saying is don't sabotage yourself in relationship. So just allow yourself to feel how the other person feels. Okay? That's my reading for you. That maybe you judge the relationship that you're in, Deanna, and you say things to that person that you want them to do, but they're not listening, or they're not honoring you or hearing you. And this is because, like I said, the spirits want you to say, okay, what if the shoe was on the other foot? What if you were him or her, or whoever you were in a relationship with? This is what they're saying, that you need to take it and look at it through their eyes, and then you might look at it different. You'll perceive things as different. Okay, so this is the answer that I got for you. There is passion still in that relationship. And I do feel like, you have a lot of passion inside of you. Now, they also say about you that you're a white lighter too, though. So that means you're a healer of some kind. You're a magical person. The tab is using your camera or microphone. This tab is using, okay. Okay, I guess I just touched the mouse and it went to my microphone or something. Okay, so that's my message for you, is just to honor that you have passion inside of yourself for another person, the relationship you're in, but life and your own life force. And that person just is an extra energy for that, for your life. Okay. So is the connection okay? Can you guys hear me okay? Because YouTube said the connection was weak. I don't know what that was about. Okay, so we got 2020 here. Did I see your message? See anything in my life? Okay, that's your message. Okay, we'll go. Is it going out? Or am I still here? Interesting. Really need some guidance, please. Okay, Beth is saying really need some guidance, please. Servant of Mars, thank you for pointing out Cadence Jane on YouTube. Yeah. Delusional Divas of Drag. I wonder if you posted that funny video. That was hilarious. Did you see that one, guys? That's my son, Paul. He does drag, and he's really funny. So look up Delusional Divas of Drag. Okay. You're okay. Okay, good. I'm glad I'm okay. The message about the entity, Jane. I experienced something strange. I think I opened a porthole, so I turned my mirror over now where I do spells. Okay. So you saw an entity. No, I did not read that first message about you seeing an entity. Okay. So here, I'm going to read it now. Hi, Jane. It's Jessica. I had a strange experience last week. I kept waking up feeling drained, and my body was vibrating. So I woke up to find out the other day some entity was on me, and I have never. Wow. Okay. So you saw the entity on you? I'm not sighing for the fact that I'm like going, she saw an entity. I'm sighing because it does feel like I'm sighing because there's a heavy weight on you that you need to get it off. Yes, absolutely. And how you do this is I'm sure you've already done this, sage really well, but work with your crystals. It's going to go away. It's going to resolve itself naturally. A lot of times when we're left vulnerable and weak, we will experience entities attaching themselves to us. Now, I had something one time, an entity jumped off of someone, and it was like a demon dog. And it was while I was being intimate with this guy named Roger, I saw it jump off his body. I thought it was my mind playing tricks on me, but it really did exist. This really did happen. And it was jumping out of him and onto the bed. And I've never experienced anything like that before. So I know that entities do exist for sure. So usually when you see an entity, is there some kind of addiction going on at all? Either with yourself? Could you have a love addiction? Could you have done something in your life that you feel bad about, like guilt? Guilt is a lower vibrational emotion. You don't need to feel guilt for anything. Could you be, do you struggle with any kind of addictions at all whatsoever? Mine was that I was taking Prozac at the time, a drug that was for depression and anxiety, and I should not have been taking it. It made my brain see It's kind of like taking magic mushrooms or something. It makes your brain tap into something. It has something in it that made my brain tap into these vulnerable entities attach themselves to me. So I do feel okay. Okay, now Renee wants to know XXX. Renee XXX wants to know, all I wish to know is what led my daughter to drugs. Okay. Okay. They said she was fragile. That's what they just said. Now, is she in spirit, your daughter, or is she alive? Please answer me. I didn't feel either energy right now. So no addictions. I quit coffee and alcohol, but never had. Okay. All right, good. No addictions. That's fine. But then it's probably your brain is starting to really tap into your higher dimension self. That you're starting to see entities coming in spirits. That's all. Okay. Sorry about the addictions then if you don't have any. I just know that for me, that's what happened to me. And so I'm just using my example, and I shouldn't do that because I'm not supposed to do that as a medium, use my own stories. I'm supposed to listen to spirit. But did you see that light change and energy change in the room right now? And do you see that beam of light over my head that's going right up here to my crown chakra? Isn't that interesting? That is very interesting. Look at that. So that is coming out of the, oh my God, that is the picture of Kuan Yin, Universal Goddess of Compassion. You see it? It doesn't look blue here for me. It looks pink. Above my head right there. Blue is all around here. There's definitely some entities and energies floating around in this room right now. This is my healing room. This light, either white or pink, right here, is coming out of a photo of Kuan Yin, Universal Goddess of Compassion. I want to show you guys. And I keep getting this energy here on my computer. Okay. You'll morph. You'll morph. I just heard my spirit guide say you'll morph into other dimensions. I think Kuan Yin is coming to help you. 2020. Jessica. Kuan Yin feels compassion for you. She's coming to help you. She's riding a dragon. Now, actually, that is kind of like the entity that I saw coming off of him, the one that I was talking about when I had that experience myself. It was kind of like a dragon. Dragons are good. No, do not be scared of this entity. The light is still there, too. See that? But that's where it was pointing to. I've never seen that light before. I have to look at it again. I don't know. It looks like a light to me, but I think it's just there for me to tell you that Kuan Yin, Universal Goddess of Compassion, pray to her. She wants to help you. Okay? She's very powerful as a goddess. You need to start working with the goddess and protection. Okay? So that's Kuan Yin. I love that goddess. I really resonate with Asian, Korean, Chinese. I took Taekwondo. I got yellow belt. I was on to my orange belt, but then the COVID hit. I've always resonated towards Asian or Chinese. And the reason being is I do feel like I have a spirit guide that is one of those nationalities. And I just heard my spirits say it's ceremonial. My spirits just said it's ceremonial. So you did some kind of ceremonial thing that opened a wormhole in the universe, and then you saw an entity. Okay? There's nothing wrong with that. Don't be afraid. Don't perceive it as negative. Okay? You don't have to always perceive something as negative if you opened up something. And, we've always heard people say, oh, you can't do spells, you can't do rituals because you'll open up a door to the evil side, No, because every prayer, every spell is a prayer. All it is using the 4 elements of earth, air, fire, and water to bring about what you desire. So it's opening up a vortex in the universe, and it's a ritual or a ceremony, and it's still incorporating God into it. It's just a powerful prayer is all a ritual is. So but they did say that somebody hurt you in your life. A man hurt you. 2020. He hurt you in the lower chakra, which is your private parts. Did something happen to you in your life like that? Because if this is not for you, this is a message for somebody else. Okay? So my daughter lost custody of her children, and now she has suddenly traveled from Alabama to California. How can I help her? Is this all my fault? Wow. Does she have a son around 6 years old? And did she take a bus by any chance? I had a dream last night of somebody losing custody of their children and having to go to children's services, and then they got in trouble with the law. Is she even supposed to leave the state if she has children? Because I had this dream last night, and this was really powerful. She took a bus. Oh my God. I had a dream about her last night. I became her in the dream, and something about her son. Does she have a son? And is he around 6 or 8? I want to know. Please answer me if she has a son. Because now I'm starting to get concerned. The son was playing in a tree. He was playing a daughter 9. Is that all she has? Just a daughter? Okay. Because you said her children. You said lost custody of her children. You put plural. So I didn't know if she had 2 children. She just has 1 child? Okay, interesting though, because I was taking a bus in my dream and I lost custody of my child in the dream. So it's just kind of ironic that you're here telling me this. So here's 3, 1 is 13 and 1 is 12. Okay, so boy, right? A boy? Is one of them a boy? You didn't answer though. You said a daughter 9. 3, 1 is 13, 1, 12. Can I ask you if she has a boy? Because this was specifically a boy. Okay, yes. She said yes. Okay. The boy has to be careful that he does not play near a tree with friends and go into a hole of some kind. A hole in the ground. The 13-year-old boy. Because, and I do feel like she could face jail time, your daughter. I'm just saying this based on the dream, because all of a sudden I was in trouble in the dream with the law. The police were after me, and the boy, or who's ever taking care of the boy, who's ever watching the boy, they could get in trouble for letting the boy play near a hole in the ground or near trees. This is what the dream was revealing to me. Okay. She's already facing it. Jail time. Okay. I became your daughter in the dream. She's scared. She's scared. Really scared out of her mind. But I feel like her son is possibly in danger, but he needs to not play near trees or holes in the earth. Okay. So drugs. Okay. And like I said, the spirit guide said she was vulnerable, she was weak, she was just fragile. She's fragile in her emotions, so she needs drugs to help her so that she doesn't feel. Okay? When people do drugs, they don't want to feel. They don't want to feel all their emotions. So they do drugs to numb out. They do alcohol to numb out so that they don't have to feel. So she really needs to go to counseling and get in touch with her feelings, hopefully. This will, this will really help her. Hopefully she will get some counseling in. If she's facing jail, Spirit's saying she needs to be somewhere where she doesn't hurt herself. So look at that jail as maybe a godsend, maybe a protecting force, okay? Okay. I lost the chat. I still see you on the chat. Interesting. I don't know what that means. You lost the chat. Okay. Anyway, who knows why you lost the chat, but okay, you're welcome. Okay, 2020 is saying no. Okay, you know what a psychic did tell me last year? That my ex tried to do a spell to stop me from having kids. Well, he doesn't have that kind of power. And I thought it was absurd. I was getting pain there, but I thought it was my period. Okay. Okay. Well, all I said was, yeah, I heard my spirit guide say he hurt you. But if that's your thinking, and if you've been even giving that a second thought, what that psychic said, because I can't believe that a psychic told you that. Because to me, that's negative. It instills fear. A psychic should not say something that really instills fear, especially about your body and your private parts. But I don't think anybody could have that much power to. I mean, I guess there is, voodoo and those kind of things, but it comes back to the person that's doing it. Black magic comes back on the bearer of that person tenfold. So the person who's sending it out, it's going to come back on them karmically. So, I feel like you could be thinking it in your subconscious mind and causing it to hurt down there. Okay. Cramp up or whatever. So but they just said that he hurt you. That's all. They just said he hurt you. Law of attraction, that's right. Yeah. What we think we create, what we think we manifest. Even though she thought the psychic said, when the psychic told her that, she thought it was absurd. She said, oh yeah, right. This isn't happening. And I believe that too. Like, I wouldn't believe something a psychic says like that. Like, was she asking for more money? Was she asking for $500 to remove it? The curse or whatever? Or the psychic attack that your boyfriend was sending you? If so, that's a red flag. I'm not saying I heard spirits say she did ask for money, but don't go to a psychic that says that kind of stuff. Lizzie A asks, hey Jane, will me and P eventually reconcile? Okay. Might take me a while to answer this. He's like a new fish out of water. He's just flopping. He's floundering in different directions. He's trying really hard to he's a lost soul. This is what my spirit said. I feel like you're lost also without him. It's like, and there are many fish in the sea too. It's symbolic what my spirits were showing me. They said he's like a fish floundering. Meaning he's fishing in the wrong directions. He's trying to search for a relationship, but he's going in the wrong direction. So he's on the sand flopping. and it's like, you just have to honor that that's where he is right now. You have to honor it, and you have to just send him love and compassion and not depend on it or not hold on so tightly to it. The thought of him and you reconciling, try to let go a little bit, because they said steamroller means like you guys went forward like a steamroller in this relationship. Like, it went really fast possibly at the beginning, and now they need to take it to a different level. Your spirits like to go slower and have more balance and harmony. So you'd need to just have some time off from each other right now. Okay? Okay, so that's my answer for you. My mother was abandoned by her biological family and was adopted by a new family. Can you please tell us why her biological parents abandoned her? Is your mother in spirit or is she still alive? That I need to know, Mama B. Because it's going to help me because I can link into her spirit and get the answer to the question. And I just heard 2020 that they're trying to protect your daughter. The spirits are trying to protect your daughter from a drug overdose. Was it 2020? Or wait, no, not 2020. Sorry. The person that was asking me about her daughter that went to California by bus and had kids and her kids were taken from her. Okay, so I jump around a lot, but my spirits just said that. My mother is still alive. Okay, so let's go to the question again. My mother was abandoned by her biological family and was adopted by a new family. Can you please tell us why her biological parents abandoned her? A simple thing. What I'm getting download from spirit is that her parents did not approve of pregnancy. So she was not allowed to be pregnant. Even though I did feel like there was a guy in there, that was going to support her financially, possibly, but they said muddle through, meaning she just didn't feel like she could get through it. Or somebody felt that they could not get through it. So the mother felt like she couldn't get through the pregnancy. She just felt like she was just going to really be into hardship financially. So this is why they gave her up. Okay. Did she survive this overdose, my daughter? So you haven't even been talking to her, Renee? Yeah, I feel like she survived the overdose. I hope. Now I don't want to predict. It's not proper etiquette to predict death ever. I didn't feel like a passing. I felt like a bus ride in the dream, and then getting arrested and being scared, and something about her son playing around a tree. And the kids got taken away from her. I saw all this in the dream. I'm wondering why I saw this. So you don't get to talk to her? Okay, no, we haven't been speaking. Oh boy. Let me do a reading on that. What's your daughter's name? Write down your daughter's name. You should put the money feature so I can send you. Oh yeah, I don't even know how to do that. Insert. Let me see. It says insert. Add inserted. Okay. Two private readings on Facebook. Okay, thanks, Servant of Mars. Yeah, I get private readings on my Facebook, and that's phone readings. Can you tell me her name, Renee? Or Erica Noel. Okay, interesting. Why did I think I saw this name before, too? Okay, so Erica Noel. That name is ringing a bell to me for some reason. Were you on TikTok earlier, too, with me? I feel like it's way easier to read on YouTube for you guys than TikTok because so many people lined up on TikTok, but that's just the way it is. Is Erica Noel in the afterlife or is she still alive? Actually, I am not supposed to answer that question. I want you to just hound down, whatever town she went to, and you need to find out, yourself. I don't need to answer that question. All I heard my spirit said was she could potentially be frightened enough to overdose on her drugs of choice, which could be heroin. Was she doing heroin? Okay, so yeah, find out, because I don't want you to find out through me. I don't want to say. I can't feel it. It's too math. Okay. I don't know. All they said was code word for missing person. Like, you're going to find out she's missing. Like, they can't find her. She could have run from the law. Let's put it this way. She's trying really hard to overdose because I don't feel like she cares at all about herself. So you need to really keep some tabs on her, and I'm not saying you neglected her. I realize she's trouble for a lot of people. She's put through a lot of people through trouble. So, hi Jane, can you please tell me how Emiliano feels about me? Naomi C. Okay, yeah, I get it. I get it. I keep focusing on this question for you, Renee, because in the dream, I was really, really scared. I became her in the dream. I was doing work for your daughter in the dream time. I finally found the person that I had the dream about. It was just so vivid. When I woke up this morning, I'm like, what the heck was this dream about? I became your daughter in the dream. I was on the bus. I was terrified of the law, terrified that the law was going to arrest me in the dream. So no, that explains why she ran from the law. Now, please, yeah, prayers for her daughter, prayers for Renee's daughter. Okay, everybody send pray for Renee's daughter tonight. Her name is Erica Noel. Please pray for Erica Noel. I'm going to type her name. Okay. Please send prayers for Erica Noel. Everybody write her name down, put it on an altar, light a candle. We need this girl to get help. We need to send her help. Okay, getting back to the other question. Tears are good. The more you cry, the more you're healing this that you've been going through with your daughter. And I'm very, very sorry you're going through this. It's got to be so hard. My heart goes out to you with so much compassion. And again, compassion. Kuan Yin, universal goddess of compassion, standing on the dragon. Okay. And creator God knows what you're going through and knows that there has to be salvation soon, because this has been going on too far. Okay, and too long. Okay, let's go to the next question. Unless I need to keep focusing on this, but I'm going to wait for Spirit to come in and say something else. Now, there was somebody question that I said, and it was Naomi C. Hi, Jane. Can you please tell me how Emiliano feels about me? I feel like he feels good. I feel like he feels good about you, but you just need to give him some space. Again, same thing. Give him some space. Try not to overwhelm him with yourself, okay? Sometimes people take a really long time. They take a break. They don't answer the phone for a long time. Just know that, come back to yourself. Come back to yourself. Love yourself, self-love, all that good stuff, because and literally the Spirit said you're like so different from each other. You're like oil and water. Oil and water don't mix very well. Oil and vinegar mix a little. They mix better. Oil and water don't really mix. So I don't know if that's what he's feeling, but what he feels is that it's hard to mix you guys together. So just, if that could change though, he could change his feelings. But this is how he kind of feels right now. Like, this is what they said. This is what I heard the spirit say. I hope they're right. You know, I want you to believe without a shadow of a doubt that everything's going to be good between you and Emiliano. But, you know, it's like, it's going to take time. Give him space. He needs time. Things like that. Okay? Okay. Do they know where your daughter is in California? Because I'm looking at some notes and it says, I heard my spirit guide say Templeton, California. So I wonder if they can't find her now. And is she in Templeton, California? Because I just looked over at some notes that I had written down that my guides clearly said Templeton to me. And I wrote it down a couple weeks before I went on vacation. It's just sitting right here and I looked right over at it. I get all these locations given to me a lot from my spirits, and I'm like, okay, what are you telling me all these locations for, you know? Because I'm working on a couple missing person cases, things like that. It gets a little frustrating at times, but still working on it. Sharon Stone, hi. Beth, hi. How does the Pisces man named Evie feel about the intimacy we had last night? Okay, Sharon. All right, let's go into, and I'm going to use the cards to help me. So I'm going to use the cards to help me on this one. So Sharon Stone, how does Evie feel about the intimacy? So Mother, Father, God, thank you for using me as a channel of your love and light. How does Evie feel about Sharon Stone and the intimacy they had last night? Okay. Just going to use my cards to help me, because my psychic brain sometimes needs to rest a little bit. Okay, definitely he thinks good about the intimacy. He still might not be over an ex quite yet. There could be an ex still on his mind, or he hasn't healed over her yet, completely. But he feels pretty good about the intimacy. Three, you know, is like, just celebrate life. You know, it seems like you're nervous about it. You've got to just celebrate that you had the intimacy. You know, don't get uptight about it. He will feel that on a higher level. It seems like, you know, now he doesn't have so much of a burden on his shoulders. Like, things were weighing heavy on his mind, and you kind of helped him, like spiritual, like you did a healing on him in some way. Okay, so this card was down. I heard Vanguard just now. Vanguard. A name Vanguard came in. I gotta write that down. I don't know what the hell Vanguard is. Vanguard. Or could be two separate words, like van and guard. God help me. Jesus. Shoot. Okay. This is not about Sharon Stone. So that's my answer for you, Sharon. Okay. Did you hear the answer? I think you did. He worries about money a lot too. You have goals for him and you, but you know, you got to take it slow, girl. Okay. When I heard van and guard, I got a little bit, I got a little nervous for your daughter. Okay. This goes back to, um, God, I'm so bad with Renee. Um, if you can get hold of your daughter, please, please, please try to get hold of her because she's very, very vulnerable to people that try to target in on these type of vulnerable people. She has no clue what she could divert her soul's energy into that somebody could be waiting and waiting in the wings to take her, traffic her. I'm talking human traffic her. When I heard van and guard, I got really nervous. Meaning, is somebody waiting in a van and they're guarding, you know? It's just, people like her are so vulnerable, strung out on meth, crystal meth, or whatever. All it takes is one lousy person to take up that vulnerability and just captivate it. And, so she's got to, if somebody can get a message to your daughter, please get a message to your daughter because I'm really concerned why I had this dream about your daughter. I became her in the dream and I was scared. First scared of the law enforcement, but then scared of something else. And, again, I don't like to be negative because I'm not sure, exactly what the dream meant, but, about the little boy with the tree and the vortex of earth. But, I'm sure the boy will be okay. But they just said she's sedated. That's what they said. She's sedated. So she's using that drug to sedate her. So she's sedated, meaning she is alive. She is alive. Yes, she's alive. Okay. I finally got an answer from my spirits. But you really need to get active with the law enforcement to protect her and find her because she could be in danger. Okay. So that's a hard reading for me. But I have to get those words out. So, okay. Guys, I think I have to go now because I'm getting tired. So, thank you all for being here with me. I went live 3 different times today on 3 different social medias, except Facebook. I went on Instagram, TikTok, and now YouTube and did readings. And so now I'm going to rest. Okay? So I hope I helped you all. Sorry I couldn't answer all of your questions. It's hard to get to everybody. So thank you all for being here tonight with me. Love you all. Peace and love. And please keep in touch. Renee, I really need you to keep in touch on these live videos. I go live pretty much every day. Please stay in touch with me and let me know how your daughter's doing. Everybody, please pray hard for her daughter, Noel. Erica Noel. Okay? Bye, guys. Thank you, Servant of Mars.